And the third way to create your meal plan is a food type meal plan. Okay. Now, food type meal plan is when you look at people like that are vegan, right? They're only eating certain types of foods. You have vegetarians, they eat only certain types of foods. You even see people like what they call the clean eating diet, right? The clean eating diet says you can only eat these certain types of foods, or you want to eat more of these or whatnot. Okay. Now, on a food type meal plan, you're not necessarily counting calories. You're not necessarily counting macros. You're not necessarily thinking about any of that. You're literally thinking of what types of foods that you should be eating. If you've ever heard of the blood type diet, right? That's a food type diet. A blood type diet is based on your blood type. You should only be eating certain foods, right? There's all these studies. Nothing's really been proven yet, but there's a whole blood type diet book. And if you haven't read it, it'd be good just to kind of look over it to see that is a food type diet, right? If you're type O, there's certain foods that you should be eating, and that's what your body's going to respond to the best in theory. Okay. So these are all types of food type meal plans. Okay. Now, the great thing about it is the foods that you're going to be eating are most likely going to be really amazing food, high nutrient foods that your body is more likely to use for energy, less likely to store as fat, and more likely to build muscle. Okay. So the great thing about a food type diet is you're probably going to be getting some really high quality foods. The bad thing about a food quality diet is not necessarily set up for fat loss. It's not necessarily set up for weight loss. Now, if you're eat cheeseburgers and pizza every single day, and that's kind of your thing, then yeah, the moment you switch over to eating higher quality foods, better quality foods, you're going to start losing weight pretty fast. Okay. So just because you've changed your meal plan, but the ideology behind a food type diet is not necessarily at all to lose weight. It's just to really feel better. If you're vegan, obviously that's more of a philosophical thing. If you're a vegetarian, it's also a philosophical thing. But clean eating, that's also a philosophy. But a lot of that is like internal health. You want better heart health, or you want to reduce, your risk of type 2 diabetes or reverse type 2 diabetes. Or something of that nature. Okay. So I really, really love a food type diet. I think that's a great thing. Okay. In fact, if you want to make the biggest impact on your eating, the best of those three so far, the best one to choose is the food type diet, not the calories, not the macros, the food type. If you do that, I don't care if you are really overweight, you're somewhat overweight, or you're in a really good place, okay, with your body or with your weight, period. Following a food type diet, it is going to have the biggest impact no matter what. So if there was one of these three so far that you wanted to follow, I would definitely tell you do that one, because internally, your internal health will be better. You'll be eating higher quality foods. Again, the foods that you're going to be eating are more likely to give you energy, not more likely or less likely to store as fat, and more likely to help you build muscle. Okay. So food type diet is fantastic. Okay. And there's no restrictions as far as how much you should be eating. Okay. It's a really great place to be.